Hey there, bombers and bombshells. We are here with Dr. Tosha Rogers of Atlanta Premier OBGYN.
Yes.
And I am so excited. Today we're going to be talking about everything related to vaginal health.
Yes.
STDs, so many different things. But before we dive in, can you tell everyone how you got started as an OBGYN?
Well, it's actually a really interesting story. It's the last thing I wanted to do. I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. That's pretty gross. Who would do that?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually was very honest when I was in training. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. So what do I need to do to just pass?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, one of the first things you have to do is deliver a baby. So let's go. And I went in and I delivered a baby. And it was like the energy in the room changed. Something shifted. It was... I mean, I don't want to sound corny, but it was something weird. Something shifted, and it had me from that moment on. And the women's health, the surgery, the OB, the everything, and it's just who I am now. It's not just what I do.
Yes. So you're in Atlanta, which is a very interesting town.
Yeah, to say the very least, girl. Woo, I love it though, but
yes. So in Atlanta, there's one of the highest rates of HIV, is that correct?
Yes.
What is the exact statistic?
Well, we know that all the new cases of HIV for Caucasian women, it's 1 in 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
For African American women, it's 1 in 54.
Wow.
Yes.
So how can young women be vigilant about protecting themselves?
That's one of my things. I'm like a PrEP ambassador, which is pre-exposure prevention, meaning before you get HIV.
Okay.
So there is a medication that people tend to be afraid of, but it really isn't a reason. Doctors were really the test trial.
Mm-hmm.
When we get stuck or spit on or cut, we've been taking it for 20 years, so it works, and it's not anything to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
And I say 1 pill a day keeps the HIV away.
Mm-hmm.
And also, please put on a condom. Make them put on a condom, but please
Put on a condom, ladies.
And then ask questions.
Yes.
I'll ask all my patients, oh, you're having sex. Okay, it's unprotected. Okay, great. What's his HIV status? Did you see it? And probably about 95% of women have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really scary to me that you would have sex with somebody unprotected and have no idea what their HIV status is.
Right.
It's a huge thing as well.
Making sure that your partner gets tested.
And that you see the testing,
and
not
you
just
see
that
the
it's
test
done.
results, and
Right.
at the very least, wrap it up.
Absolutely, please.
Okay. We were just talking about some of the crazy cases and stories that you encountered here.
Yes.
So tell us about a few of the craziest.
The most interesting thing is, and I guess women are so desperate for help, or women are so desperate for certain things, we start to get very curious and start sticking very interesting things inside of the vagina. I mean, everything from garlic cloves to raw coconut oil to actual yogurt. Actual yogurt. I guess they read about the lactobacilli, so they figure, I'm just gonna put that in my vagina. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. I've had in my past a patient come in and she's like, something's wrong, my periods are acting crazy, something's not right, this birth control pill didn't do what you told me it was gonna do. Oh, okay. She was putting it in the vagina instead of taking it by mouth. So then I started to be very explicit by mouth.
Do not stick this
I'm
in your
so
vagina.
serious. Oh my gosh. I'm like, you're going to get pregnant. And then the craziest was a woman came in and had a penile extender stuck inside the vagina, which she was not aware of. And we had to remove that.
We had to get it out. Let's talk about your clean and cute panty wash.
Yes.
Where did this idea come from? And why do we need a panty wash?
Okay. So the idea actually came from problem solving again. I had a patient and she's like, I just keep getting this odor. It's at a particular time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. She's like, not at night. I take a shower. I'm like, do you sleep in panties? I don't sleep in panties. I lay in the bed. Everything's fine. I go to the restroom and then I go back at lunchtime again and then I smell like a fish market. And she's like, and then I'm so embarrassed at work for people to come in the bathroom behind me. And I'm listening to her and I'm like, it's the pee, it's the panties, it's the pee, it's the panties. I said, where are your panties? I said, we have little net panties that you give you at the hospital. We have some of those here, don't worry about it. Where are your panties? And I got a dropper and I put some of her urine on her panties. And we sat and we talked for a few more minutes, and then I had her smell her panties. I'm like, is this what you smell? And she's like, oh my God. And it wasn't her. And I'm like, we have women who frequently come for vaginitis because they have odor. And we have women who frequently come for yeast because they itch. But one of my famous sayings is everything that itches ain't yeast. And so I realized at that point we have something going on with the underwear. And I started to look more into it. And so in looking at what typical detergents clean versus what the panty wash cleans, outside of the fact that it's organic and paraben free and sulfate free and all of that new movement, organic, vegan stuff that we love. And I said, yes, we have yeast. Yes, we have blood. We have urine, and we have our vaginitis. And then I thought, and I said, okay, what do? We take our panties off. And discharge is normal, okay? Nobody wants it, but it's normal.
Right.
And we take our panties off and we throw them in the wash. And they sit there for a week or two until we do wash. Well, moisture picks up what? When it's in something, you're gonna mold. And I said, you know, and these detergents are not cleaning the mold. We're cleaning our panties and we're cleaning our panties, but we're not cleaning out the things that are there, and they're just living and growing and brewing.
Ooh.
Right.
Gross.
And so with that, I came up with the whole clean panty campaign. I'm like, panties are $5. Like, I don't care how cute they are, they're $5.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, panties should be kept for 6 to 9 months and let's purge. You got an extra $20, buy 4 pair of panties and toss out 4 pairs of panties. You shouldn't have panties for 3 or 4 or 5 years. Why? Why are we doing this? You got 50 panties in a drawer. And you've had them for 5 years, and you can't wear them. So what's the point? Why not have 10 pairs?
I only probably throw away mine when they're like
beat up,
beyond repair.
They're faded, or you're like, these are just ugly now.
Right.
Why?
Okay. And with the panty wash, should people hand wash them, or should they wash them separately in the washing machine?
You know, I've gotten, thank God that the people who actually purchase the panty wash are absolutely in love with it. Thank God. Anything you can hand wash is safe for HE washers. You can wash it. People pre-soak and clean. People are cleaning their washcloths and towels with it. It's amazing. Your articles even feel different. They feel totally different. They don't feel coated, and they just, it's amazing. So any way that you treat your panties, the panty wash can accommodate.
Okay. And where did the blogging, you have a radio show?
I do, I have a radio show.
Okay, so where did that all come from, and where can people find you?
Okay, so the radio show is called Dr. Tosha After Dark. And the reason for that is it is very much after dark. We talk about all types of topics. If it's out there, we talk about it, because I go all in the office, and we talk about a bunch of different things, and we talk relationships, we talk sex. If it is anything female, I'm going to discuss. But there are some things based on good judgment and my medical license that I just can't delve that deep in the office. And so I wanted to give people in general, but especially women, a platform in which to hear about these things, get proper information, laugh and joke, and just experience, even if you're not my patient, just to get a chance to experience me, my truth, and how I speak to people and what information we exchange. Okay.
So where can people hear it?
Yes, tune in. Okay.
Because you're not on the slide.
So yes, gang, tune in. It's 103thebeat.com. It's every Thursday from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. 103thebeat.com. And you go to the website, click on the link, and bam.
So let's talk quickly about fashion, because you are a fashionista.
I try some days.
Let's see these shoes.
Yes.
Just a little Gucci.
Just a little something.
Little spikes.
I love these, and you can't wear them too often. They're so interesting.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite brands?
Favorite brands? Okay, so as far as shoes are concerned, Chanel has the most comfortable shoe for my foot, and I love some good Chanel. My accessories, I love Hermes, and I do have a bag or two, not two, just a bag. But I'm I'm a lover of all things. I love style, not fashion. So it can be anything from Zara up to Barney's, and mixing and matching in between.
Okay, wonderful. And I think I have a couple more questions.
Yes.
The first one is for aspiring entrepreneurs in the medical field. What advice would you give them?
I actually do a lecture on this, and I want you guys to actually go to my YouTube and ask about this. But for people who are in undergrad wanting to go to medical school, and somebody has convinced you to be biology, pre-med, don't do it. Go to medical school. Don't major in biology. I hate to say it. Don't. Unless you love it so much, you eat, breathe, and sleep it. It is a setup. I hate to say it, but you'll have a low GPA and you won't end up getting into medical school. Ooh. Yeah, so it's a real interesting setup. I talk about it on my channel, but what do? Work hard. There's no way around it. You have to work hard. You have to have the numbers. You do. And find a mentor that in your city and go after them.
And what does Fashion Bomb Daily mean to you?
Fashion Bomb Daily. I remember Claire with the dreads.
Everybody misses those, apparently.
Well, it was so interesting because I think mistakenly, a lot of times we see women with dreads and we think that it's going to be that holistic type of very plain. Whereas, you were like, honey, yes, let me ball these up. I'm going to Fashion Week. And so it was just very, okay. And just to see a young Black female trying to bust into the fashion world, to me, it's like the second generation Drew Ambrose type of a thing. And but I've always liked it, and I was like, okay, well, this on Fashion Bomb Daily, what's going on? It was kind of my update or my preview into the high fashion world. Okay, so it's pretty dope.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having us. I think I've asked all my questions. Asked about vaginitis, HIV prevention. Definitely come see your doctor. Please. And don't stick anything in your vagina. Just the clean,
raw cotton tampons. Chlorine-free raw cotton tampons, not your typical ones with all the chemicals and bleaches in them that go directly into your bloodstream. Please don't do that. So this is our humble abode, and again, we're very respectful of all things women, so no matter what, it is Atlanta Premier, it's clean, it's cute, it's just like we said. And this area is generally our pregnancy testing area. So for women who, if I hear something or I see something and I need to reassure myself that that patient is okay to go home, we'll put them in there and just put them on what we call the baby monitor. And this is our baby board. We love our babies. I have about 4 more boards. This is our baby board. So this is some of our babies since 2013.
They're so cute.
Yes. And this is our GYN room. These ladies get to tour it on film. It's nothing to be afraid of, I promise. And this is where we talk. And you guys will see anything and everything I have. Things are drawn on, all types of stuff, because I'm very visual. And I think that, when you can kind of get a visual of what I'm talking about. So we talk about everything: HIV prevention, fibroids, relationships, men, sex, all types of things. Some patients come really just for advice.
Okay.
Really just for advice, interestingly enough. And this is our lab area where nobody gets their blood drawn. We actually draw blood in the rooms because it's a sense of privacy, and you can be fearful in private and not get all blasted out in the glass room and be embarrassed. So we're all about just humble, just keeping everything humble. Yeah. That's hilarious because that is the hallmark of Atlanta Premier. We have put chocolates here, we have put taffies here, we put everything here. The patients only want these damn soft peppermints. They're delicious, right? And interestingly enough, although I have an office, I do not use my office at all. Probably haven't used it in 2 years. I call it a hide in plain sight. So I sit here and check my labs, I sit here and do things, and patients come in here and they sit and they get vitals done, and a lot of them don't know that I am who I am. And so it's so funny because they'll be like, good morning, and I'll be like, oh, okay, right. Okay. Then we go in the room like, I'm Dr. Rogers. Oh, that was you. I said, hide in plain sight. And that's just who I am and what I do. So, and this side of the hall is our administrative side. So this is us actually shipping our hard records to storage. So that they're off site and nice and safe in case of fire or anything like that. So this is our business manager's office and our break room. Let me see what's in the break room. Probably my whole staff taking a break. Yep. So that is Atlanta premiere, and a lot happens in this little bit of space, girl. A lot.
Are there ever times you feel like you want to quit?
Girl, every day. But you know, I still keep going. And 3 o'clock in the morning, especially when it's about 40 degrees outside, I'm like, come on, she's 10 centimeters. And I'm peeling to get to the hospital. And you know, before that baby comes out, I'm just like, oh God, I'm getting too old for this. But it keeps me going, and the patients refuel me, and they charge me. They charge me up. So, you know, but it's a daily struggle, girl.
Yeah, but you're fulfilling your assignment.
And that's how I feel. Interestingly enough, I feel like I don't know what I would do if this isn't what I did, or if this wasn't who I am. So it's tough. It is not easy. It's tough. You carry a lot of burden, but I like it and I enjoy it, and I think it was what I was destined to do.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for
Oh my
having
gosh,
us.
I'm glad you guys came by. Thank you, Claire.
Of course.
I love you and Fashion Bound Daily.
All right. Bye.